Hi, it's Rachel here. I'm back in Italy and the jet lag has been a serious struggle. I hope everybody is well. I'm just doing a little bit of my homespun block number 5, the embroidery patch, and I'm hoping everybody's coming along well with it. I just wanted to show you a little bit of how I'm progressing. So I have a video that I will upload before this one where I did this flower. I haven't quite finished it, and my memory was full in Australia, so the video just cut out at the end, but you didn't miss much, just the little brown stitches where the pollen is. So that was all you missed. And then I started working on this bundle of flowers here. So I'll just show you a few little things how I do them. This is flower number 14, I believe. So the vein of the leaf is done with stem stitch. So, sorry, just put that over there like this. Maybe I'll bring my camera down just a little bit now that I've done my introduction. And I'll just go, okay, so that's better, you can see better. So stem stitch is where you come forward and come up near where the other stitch ended. So I'll just finish off this thread quickly. I can't find my small hoop, I don't know where I put it, but at least you can see this whole flower on the screen. So I'll just try and do a little bit each day, and or every other day, so that way we can keep up. And then maybe towards the end of next week I may have finished all of the flowers and I can show the applique part of that block. And then I need to go backwards and do all of the other blocks because I'm way behind. So one lady suggested if I do half an hour a day or an hour a day, just slowly work away at it, then I'll slowly catch up, I hope. So that's the plan. So we had a very long flight back. We had to go from Sydney to Bangkok, Bangkok to Dubai, Dubai to Bologna, so it was quite a long way round. It added on about an extra 5 hours, I think, to the journey, or yeah, 4 or 5 hours. So we were pretty tired when we got back. But I'm feeling more human now, so hopefully I'll get into the swing of things more, and I need to make some more journals. I have so much stuff to do. And this Saturday I'm going away. My dad's in Europe, so he's offered us a little holiday with him in Lago Maggiore, so we're very excited about that. And so we'll be meeting him on Saturday, and I'll be away again for 5 days. But I'm thinking I might, I think there's Wi-Fi up there, so I might just take my tripod and make videos when I'm up there if I keep on doing this. So let me just quickly show you a little bit of how, what color will I use? This one, I think, of how I did the actually I'm running out of that one. Maybe it's not so wise. Oh no, I don't think I'll make it, so let's just choose a different one. Plenty of greens. I'll do a lighter green. No, I like the darker green. Maybe I need to get my container. Just a minute. Here we go. So when I came back from Australia, of course I had a suitcase full of goodies. It took me 2 days to sort of get some form, some form of order in my sewing room, because Mum gave me so many things. I like that one. Mum gave me so many amazing things, and then I went to, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Fabric Cave. There's this amazing shop in Sydney, and it's a volunteer shop. So only volunteers work there, and people go and donate sewing supplies. They only take sewing supplies like fabrics or vintage doilies or tablecloths or incomplete embroideries and that sort of stuff. and or they might donate skeins of wool or DMC and things. Like a new skein of DMC thread costs 50 cents or 30 cents, so you can get some amazing deals there. And all of the you know, the funds or the what you pay, the earnings go to a charity for disabled children, so it goes to a very good cause. And my sister took me to this shop, and it is seriously amazing. I said to her, it's like the op shop. It's the op shop of sewing. So if anybody, it's only open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's only open, I'll just open the magazine, sorry, just so make sure I'm doing the right thing, because I can't remember. Yes. Okay. So, oh, there's a bit of an error there. Okay. All right. So this is just a satin stitch, and it's not a very tight satin stitch, and the stitches are purposely done different lengths. So, oops, my threads aren't even. There we go. So all you do is go along in this way, and I sort of, with my stitches, I straddle my drawn line, so they're kind of half on one side and half on the other. Oh my goodness. See, it's hot here and the heat's going to my head. Can't do anything. I'll just do a little bit of that, and then I wanted to show you the center of the flowers, and then just the border of my last flower that I've left there on purpose, not done. So yeah, I was saying about this shop, I came home with a bag full of stuff. I literally had to sit on my suitcase to close it, and then I was worried the suitcase would explode because everybody kept giving me stuff, and so then I had a big panic about an hour before we were going to the airport, and I took some things out, and what I really regret, Mum had all these things that she'd sewn, and then she doesn't want them, and I wanted them, and I actually took them out, and I wish that they were one of the things I'd left in, because then when I got to the airport, my suitcase wasn't anywhere near as heavy as I thought, and I could have put more in there, so I was kind of disappointed about that. But anyway, I'm always anxious when I travel. So we'll just go along like this. I've nearly finished this thread. Oh dear. Okay, so I'll just end that off. I think it's a good idea. It's already come undone, so what a disaster. So Lulu's off with her friends. She's thrilled to come back to Italy and see her, spend a little bit of time with her friends, and she's very kindly offered to help me with all my work, because I've got a lot of work on, so I'll have to think of something for her to do, take her up on her offer. Okay, so that's that. So you just continue along, then you come up here and you'll put a stitch there, and then you'll come down in that direction there, and then come up here, and then these stitches here will go down in that direction, and then you'll go back up in that way, and then these will come down in this sort of direction, and then those, like, and so on. If you want to see me turn the corner, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll do that for you. I'm just not showing you everything, just to keep the video at a decent length, because otherwise it goes on, they're too long. So what I wanted to show you now is the center of the flowers, because that's probably the hardest bit. Well, it's not really hard, but it might seem the hardest bit of this group of flowers. So I'll just get my brown, thread my needle, okay, okay. And so to do the centers, maybe I'll do a center. I'll do this little one here. It won't take too long. This is my regular satin stitch. I always start in the center. Come up next to it. So I'll go and finish off one side, just slowly putting your stitches next to each other. If you feel like there's a little gap, I've got a little gap here, put another stitch in, and I just slowly go out to the side with slightly smaller stitches, one next to the other, and then that gives you the rounded shape. Maybe if I bring my arm around here, it's easier. It's difficult with the tripod in front. So it seems okay to me there, and I'll come back and do this other side. So we can see I'm back in my sewing room and the light's really good in here. So hopefully you can see it well. Put one more little stitch in there. Oops. So here we go. And now I'll show you how I did. What did we call them? Those are leaves. And, oh, I didn't draw those leaves on. I'll have to draw those on. These ones. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll have to draw those. So my flower centers were a pistol stitch with French knots. In the magazine it says four wraps on the French knot. I'm actually only doing 3. So basically you come up as you would with a regular French knot, wrap your needle, but don't wrap your needle down there. Wrap your needle up here, 1, 2, 3. In if you're doing the same as the magazine, do 4 wraps, and then you don't come down here to put your knot. You come forward like this, like so, and then make sure you pull it tightish, not so tight that you can't pull your needle through, and there you have it. So I'll just do another few. Actually, I'll finish all of these so you can see me do that. Okay, so I'll just turn it around. So I'm going to wrap it. I'm doing it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm only coming forward a little bit on this one, so just pull it tight. There. And down you go. And I really like the effect of these. I have to remember this stitch. I always forget about it. It's a really cool stitch to do, and it's fairly quick. So come up here, 1, 2, 3, and then go down. This one's a longer one, so I'm coming down further forward, and that looks funny to me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, forward, and then down I go. And there's my stitch. Now I've got a shorter one. Oh, I think I got my knot there. That's what's bothering me. Oh dear. One, 2, 3. A little bit forward. And that way you're creating the little stem as well. Here. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. One, 2, 3. And I will put one on that one, but the last little stem I won't. I'll just do a little stitch. 1, 2, 3. And it goes just there. Pull it. As you can see, it's fairly quick. And here I'm not going to put a little thing on the end. I'm not on the end. I'm just going to, because it's disappearing behind the other flower. So that's how you do that part of the pattern. And then okay, I think I had a needle threaded here with my pink. Here it is. Probably is not enough, but anyway. This is actually a perlé thread. Oh, at the end of my other video that cut off because my memory was full in the other iPad. What I was, it didn't actually register because it cut off before. I was just saying that these flowers could really be adapted to something else. Like you could make a pillow with them, or even with this block, or any of the blocks really. Or you could make a bag. You could take these flowers and compose them in a different way. You could maybe do one of them and put them onto a pouch or anything really. So, and the other thing is you could experiment a bit with materials. So rather than just using DMC 6-stranded thread, you could use different size, like a size 8, size 12, or of perlé cotton. You could use gorgeous wool cotton, wool threads. You could mix them up and have different textures. It would be, in fact, I'm quite curious to see what this would look like doing it with the lovely wools, with all different thicknesses of wools, so Apperton wools, maybe a low ply knitting type of wool. There's all those lovely gum nut wools. So that would be a really cool thing to experiment with these patterns as well. And so just going on with the pattern, with this last flower here, all these flowers, I did a blanket stitch or a buttonhole stitch, and I did them all different lengths. So all these parts have different lengths, just to give you a bit more movement in it. And they're quite close together. So hopefully you can see. So here I might do a little one, and then I'm going to do a long one. And I might do medium. So there's really no, it's not regular. It's not like one big, one small. Sometimes I do 2 smalls or 2 slightly different, and then a longer one. So you just sort of go with what you feel is the best. Here I'm going to do a long one, and I'm running out of thread, but you should get the drift. So I'll try and finish off these flowers that I've only half done in the next couple of days, and then I'll show you. So I'll have to end that off. I don't think I'm going to make it, so I'll just end it off, and that can be it for today. And I'll show you which flower I think I'll do next. I've also printed all of my photographs from Australia, so I'll be working in my journal. I did a little bit when I was there, but actually I prefer to have my photographs. I know some people just leave spaces, but I prefer to have my photographs when I'm journaling in the travel journal. So I might be able to show some of that because I'll be doing that. I'm going to have to work an hour here, an hour there on all these million different things that I'm doing. So I think my next flower will be number 4. After I've done that one and finished off this one here, I'm going to do number 4. And I'm missing, I think I didn't draw on some leaves there, so I'll draw those on. And if I did forget those leaves, in my next video when I start, I'll show you how I did one of those, and then I'll do this one. Yes, that's what I'll do. And we're nearly there, not too far. And then I'll be able to start doing the applique. So that'll be fun. That's the fun bit, putting it all together. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope everybody is well, and I hope this video was helpful, and have a great day. Bye.